there.
It was. I didn't know we were going to go down a little cash plus,
I
but
didn't either,
it worked. And
Well,
and
you just reading this stuff
Yeah.
and you're like, they're making 37% of profit on these properties. Like, wow, like, yeah, like. Welcome to the iBuyer experiment. We are talking about what commission compression.
Is that a thing?
Is that a thing? And I found this article about flippers too, and they're starting to make some massive profits again. So interesting.
That is interesting.
Yeah.
So there's light at the end of the tunnel if you've been flipping homes and losing money.
Well,
Yeah.
I would imagine that flipping is because the lack of inventory now. Nice remodels actually going to get you a really good return due to the lack of inventory.
Yeah. So basically, this is saying that last quarter, investors generated a profits of 32% and $149,000 on average, up from 27% and $115,000 a year earlier.
Wow,
Wow.
it's a nice little jump.
I think before, the market was a little bit, it was too crazy and flippers couldn't get really good prices, and now they're getting better prices and making more profits.
So you think it's they're getting in at a lower basis. Elliot thinks they're getting more margin on the deal because there's less inventory. What do you think, Keith?
Well, if you're a good deal hunter, and you could probably pull both off in the right scenario.
Yeah, that's what I was going to
Want
say,
it
because
all.
I don't disagree with Jay at all. It's you make the money on the buy. We all know that. I'm also saying that due to our lack of inventory, I think that they're getting more return on those upgrades that they're putting in the property.
They're not having to just do like carpet and paint and then making $100,000.
Yeah.
They're having to like bring it down to the studs, new electrical, new plumbing, new flooring, new lighting, and showers and all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, an
Cabinets.
actual renovation.
Yeah.
But I think when you're actually doing it in this marketplace, I think you will get the payoff, because we've been in scenarios like that, and some of the properties that we've done that with on our cash plus deals, and the seller massively benefited from a remodel like that. We're like, dang, it ended up selling for that high, so it sold for higher than we thought.
The homeowner gets that 32% increase in profits, not the flippers. Like our contractors, they get paid well, but all that upside on a cash plus goes back to the homeowner. So, you're an agent watching this.
Yeah, you want to flip your own home,
and you want to help your clients flip their own home. Look at the cash plus. You're stupid if you don't. Sorry,
I was bold.
Wow.
I was bold.
Wow.
You're stupid.
Well, yeah, because a lot of these, I see a lot of, there's a lot of these guys out there that are saying, hunt MLS deals, and they're going to agents, and they're looking at crappy houses like on the MLS and giving lowball offers and trying to convince them that, hey, you need to sell this property, sell it to me, and I'll buy it, right?
And it's working.
And it's working, and people are selling. Agents are going, homeowner, sell it to this wholesaler guy that's gonna make 32% of profits on you. And it's so these agents are smart. They would go like, hey, there's a cash plus here. This product here allows you to basically flip your own home, right? Mm-hmm. Sell it. It's an extra 6%, and you're gonna get all the profits from that flip. So
yeah, and that's even in a one-off situation. If you're a really smart agent, you take exactly what Jay just said, and now you lead generate with that strategy.
Yeah, because there's a lot of houses out there that aren't in great shape. They need updating, and there's people out there that will buy houses updated.
Yep.
I was actually, just real quick, talking with a wholesaler yesterday that was a Zoodealio member, and there may be several of you that's listening to this. So here's my advice. If you happen to be a wholesaler, you could actually take the cash plus and completely change your business model. Mm-hmm. Give the seller options on how that structure would look like. Maybe they just want the fast, I don't care about what the future looks like and those proceeds, cool, kudos to you. Or just say, hey, I have this really cool offer that we could actually find the end buyer, come and improve the property, and let's share the profits. So not only will you get your guaranteed initial payout, let's get in this deal together. And a lot of the wholesalers aren't taking that approach because they don't have that type of product. And when I talked to the wholesaler yesterday, he was like, ooh. He was like, holy cow. He's like, wow, that could completely change my business model and the conversations that he's going to start having with the seller. So I just wanted to throw that out there. If you're a wholesaler and you don't know about the Cash Plus, or you're a wholesaler within our system, if you haven't thought about that, call in. Let's chat about it.
And this is just like the right thing to do, guys. I mean, because some of these wholesalers, I mean, kudos to you guys if you're able to, fleece the homeowner.
Is that kudos? I don't know.
$100,000
a part of me gets
selling
angry
basically
at
a
that.
contract for $100,000. That's great, but
is
it? I mean, whatever. To each his own. But what we're really trying to do is trying to help homeowners, right? Yes. We're trying to help agents and homeowners to maximize their profits, and we make some money along the way, but we're not trying to crush it, make $100,000, selling a contract, that's. I think it's just taking advantage of people.
You're selling. You're doing.
I
nothing,
see some of those guys,
paper.
and they justify it by, I'm helping a homeowner get out of their tough situation. Well, no, you're not.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the Cash Plus is definitely a consumer facing product, and it helps the consumer, in tough positions. And we do a lot of foreclosures, short sales, people that are in trouble. Divorces, and we fix up their houses, make them look nice, sell them to the highest bidder, and they make the profits. So it's a good deal.
It is. I mean,
that was a good little snippet.
It was. I didn't know we were going to go down a little Cash Plus,
I
but it worked. And
you just reading this stuff, and you're like, they're making 37% of profit on these properties. Like, wow,
Yep. Well, and so Keith, you said something there. I think that. You delivered it perfect, but I think that's where so many agents are going wrong in today's times is you need to start thinking about lead economics, right? There's a lot of different ways to monetize off of opportunities that are going on. And so sometimes to innovate your business, you need to slow down to speed up. And so sometimes we have to look at different ways that these contacts, these opportunities come in. How can I serve these clients? How can I solve their problems? And then from there,
you have a client. You have a client for life too,
exactly.
Right? Because now they get that check at the end of the day, and they didn't have to remodel their house, and they're like, wow, that's really nice.
Totally.
I would have sold this for what I sold it for and not made a dime, and they're getting a check now. They trust you, right? They trust you for the next time, or they trust you to give you another referral. So don't think you're losing business because you didn't take that person's contract and sell it for $100,000. And then so you're getting referrals. You're going to be getting future business here. So I think it's a good deal. It's a good deal.
That's what I always tell people. Think of it. It's a volume game, not I got to crush it on every deal game.
And it's a people game, right? We want to help people. We don't want to just fleece them.
Well, I think that's the problem is a lot of people don't design their business as a business, so they need to smash it because they don't know when their next paycheck's going to come. Right? Yep. And I know that's a little bit of a sore subject for a lot of people, but the reality of it is if you did build your business as a business, you would have these systems and processes in place, so new leads, new opportunities, new ups were coming on a constant basis, and you wouldn't have to fleece people.
That's right. Yep. You sell your house to us, we're making 6%. That's it. That's it. And we're paying all of our holding costs to hold that property forever, or for not forever, but
forever.
Seems like forever.
While it's owned,
while it's owned and while it's being remodeled. So
yeah, it's a great product. If you haven't heard about it, go to Zoodealio.com, book a demo. We would love to share with you how we can help you in your business, and of course, we can share with you how the Cash Plus works and how you can serve homeowners with that. Let's talk a little bit about commission compression, because I hear that term thrown around a lot.
Yep.
And I don't know if, what I'm learning is that commission compression isn't a thing right now. And commission rates are actually up. And so the average commission in 2022 was 5.32%. This is according to Real Trends. And they've analyzed the commission rates over the past decade and a half, or actually longer, back to 1991. And we just did some quick math here. In 1991, the average commission was 6%, but the average home price was $120,000. So the average commission was $7,200. Today, in last year, 2022, the average sales price was what?
$436.
$436, and the average commission would have been about $23,000.
Wow.
So commission is not being compressed. Commission is going up.
Agents are making bank now.
That's
Well, I mean, we did have some inflation.
Yeah, there's inflation since
But
91.
not $17,000 worth of inflation, right? On a commission.
No, not based on the pieces that we looked at. They are technically making more money now.
I don't know. What does a cheeseburger cost now? No, I was just kidding.
Let's compare it to the Taco Bell. The Taco Bell 29-cent menu at the time.
Oh, you're aging yourself 29 cents. I was thinking about 59 cents, right?
I remember the 59-cent cheeseburgers, 69-cent cheeseburgers. Remember that?
39 cents.
Hey,
cheeseburger,
our
yeah.
our
Maybe that- maybe it was
grandparents
that, yeah.
remember 5-cent cheeseburgers.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes, that's true. So
I remember when I was 16, I was filling up my car. I remember 79-cent gas.
Yes, I remember that. I remember when
That's
gas
so
went over.
16 years old.
I was traveling one time, and I had to stop for gas, and it was like back when I would have to travel across the country, and I was coming back, and I don't remember where I stopped, but the gas is actually like $1.95. I was so pissed off that I went in and like basically yelled at the person. I was like, "Why is gas so expensive here?" And they looked at me like I had two heads because I'm traveling across. But I mean, it's just funny how those different things happen. $1.95, I was mad.
Yeah. Oh wow. If you back then transported to now.
Well, that was just like 4 years ago, right? I mean,
No, this would have been.
we had
I mean,
we
it
had
would
like
have been a minute ago.
$2.20 gas.
Oh, yeah.
when Trump was president.
Trump got gas way back down.
Yeah.
Everything was more affordable.
Okay,
Different conversation.
So commission is, in my opinion, it's not being compressed at the moment.
Well, I mean, also I think there's more agents too, though.
yeah, I was going to say,
So
let's
more
get into
agents
theory.
taking
So
less of the business. So you might get a few deals less.
and let's go back to 1991. There was no Zillow. There was no Realtor.com.
Nope.
There was no online portals.
There's Facebook.
There was.
There wasn't Fizbo.com.
There was nothing. I mean, the internet was barely a thing.
Yeah.
Pulled out their book.
Yes.
Listing
Be
book.
like, here's the last listings. Hopefully it's still available. It's called The Agent.
Could you imagine?
Yeah, rolling up. Come to my office. Let's scroll through the pages. Oh, this is a nice one.
Hey, you know what? It was actually probably a lot of fun still. So
Yes. Oh, we had it on lock then. I mean,
Yeah.
if you sold back in 1991, you had it on lock.
Absolutely.
you'd be like,
And the
"My
photos.
I don't work on the weekend. Sorry.
Yep. Much different. So I have a question though for us. Why do we think, I mean, outside of some of the reasons that we said, what are some other reasons that you think that agents are anticipating the commission compression?
Maybe one, because if it's the average isn't 6%, right? So then they're like, oh, it's a little less than I used to be able to make, back before all this, crazy marketplace went into play. And then, like Jay said, more agents. So you have so many agents, the masses do a huge book of the deals, which takes away, a deal here, a deal there, a deal here from other people. And then I don't know what else.
I think also is you like what you said is we didn't have Zillow, right?
Yep.
I mean,
think
people
that's a big one.
that work with Zillow now,
there you go.
what are they paying 50% for their premier agent?
Yes.
Half of the
Yep.
commission goes to Zillow.
That's good. Having to pay more referral fees.
For the Flex program.
Yeah,
So we just feel like all these other companies are reaching into our book of business and taking
Well, they are.
a portion of
because
our
they're
commission.
they're getting closer to the transaction.
100% they
Well,
are.
and here's another one. I'm going to say that most of the agents that do less than 5 deals a year, which is like 95% of the agent population, 5 deals or less, they don't really have a unique value proposition. So the only value proposition they're giving to their clients is, I'll do it for cheaper.
Or I'm your son, or I'm your cousin, or I'm
Yep.
your aunt, I'm your
Give you a deal.
grandma.
Their only value that they're bringing is, I'll do it for cheap and put it on the MLS for cheap, versus really giving them a strategy on how they're going to give them fiduciary duties and sell their house for absolute top dollar.
Yeah. Well, that comes from the very ease of getting a license. I mean, it's just easy to get a license. So,
But I don't think anything has changed in the licensing process. It's
No.
kind of always been easy to get a license. So, I don't think that would change. I think that it's probably more of the sentiment. And so maybe a lot of agents are feeling like their commission's being compressed. And I think one thing that we didn't mention that I think is worth noting, I know when we started selling real estate in 2003, whenever we would take a listing, no matter what, we would always offer up 3% to the buyer broker. It was just kind of the thing. And it was, you know, hey,
cost.
yes, you
Attract
always
them.
offered 3% to the buyer broker.
Yeah, you're seeing 2.5s now,
Exactly.
and some of the listing agents may have like a 5.5 commission, and they're taking 3
Right.
and giving away 2.5s.
Right.
Oh,
and
yeah.
and I can
Oh,
tell
okay.
you, because I reviewed contracts. I reviewed all listing contracts here at our brokerage for many, many years. And I would see that. And I would see that if you're the listing agent, you're taking more of that commission and you're offering less to the buyer broker commission. And so perhaps what's happening is the buyer broker compensation is being compressed. And maybe that's fueling the sentiment that commission in general is being compressed.
And these lawsuits may
I was
compress
gonna
it
say-
to
Well,
zero.
I was gonna say,
So-
I think the real compression is yet to come.
Oh, yeah.
It might compress to 0.
Well, quick update on the Merle versus NAR lawsuit. Apparently, the judge denied National Association of Realtors' motion to basically dismiss the class action status. So that was denied, which it was newsworthy, but it wasn't anticipated to be upheld. I mean, everybody knew it was going to be denied. So it's kind of just like an act in futility. And the judge is setting a court date for beginning of next year.
Dang.
Yeah, it's gonna be
gonna
a
get
couple
real.
years though, right? I mean,
It'll
It'll
be
get dragged
it'll be
out.
we'll have a
forever.
court
Yeah,
date.
it'll feel
We'll have a
like
court date.
forever.
Nothing will happen. They'll just say, yeah, we have a court date. We're gonna.
2027 got passed.
Yes, we'll be talking about this like on episode 341 of the iBuyer Experiment.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, that's a quick little update. Hey, in other newsworthy news, so Opendoor and Zillow have further extended their partnership to additional markets. They're now offering cash offers on Zillow in 16 different markets across the U.S. So how do we feel about this, guys?
Well, it's great for us.
That's not a big deal, Kayla. Why does it even matter? Who cares? Opendoor sucks.
Yeah, they're
That's what the
offering.
average agent, or I
Yeah.
shouldn't say average. That's probably what the average thought process is
Yeah.
around that. Oh, who cares? That doesn't
My
affect me.
clients are gonna accept that.
You're right.
Well, I'm still seeing Opendoor signs, and I mean we do a lot of comps, right? We comp a lot of properties, and all around the country, and I still see Opendoor listings.
Oh,
So
they're
it's
still
like
bu-
they're
they're
still
still
all
buying
across
houses.
the country.
Yeah, it seems like every time I comp a house, I'm always running into an Opendoor house. So
Well, and what I want to know is the number one real estate website in the entire world, this little known company called Zillow, may have heard of them, has partnered with Opendoor to bring that instant cash offer. Why do you think that they did that?
because it's the best lead generation for sellers in the world.
Bingo.
The world, baby.
the universe
Well, and
The
Zillow,
universe.
and the metaverse.
Yes, including the moon.
when they take a deal, gets to profit from Opendoor's, cash offer there. When they don't, they've now captured that information and pass it off to their flex agents.
Heck yeah! Even in the metaverse, you bet your ass I want a cash offer on my piece of land that I'm selling. I don't want to deal with financing.
Especially.
My digital real estate. I want a digital transaction for my digital real estate.
Yeah. It's a must. It's a
Yeah.
must have.
Yeah, and more agents are waking up to it, and they're going, okay, yeah, I gotta have that selling proposition to have a cash offer, and Opendoor is going direct to agents. They have now they have Opendoor, or agents for Opendoor, or Opendoor for agents, or something
Opendoor
like
agents.
that. And they've raised some of their commissions and stuff because they're trying to buy more, and I don't know. What do you guys think about that? What do you guys think about the Opendoor going direct to agents, trying to get them to submit, their clients to Opendoor?
Well, that's always been part of Opendoor's strategy.
Yeah, well, but they're
They're offering more compensation now.
Yeah.
they're
Well,
doing
for a long time, it was
having more
1%.
Right.
obviously because the market slowed down, right?
Right.
Market slowed down. Now they're we got to buy more properties. We got to hit up the agents.
Well,
Right.
just
but
like
it's
builders, right? Builders change their compensation on the ebb and flow of the market. No different.
No different.
Now, what's the difference between Opendoor's cash offer and our Cash Plus? Let's explain that.
Keith.
Jason's just all about the Cash Plus today.
No, I just wanna know, like-
It's pretty easy and straightforward on the Opendoor offer. They get their cash offer, then you have your home inspection. We all know that 99% of the time the deal's going to change, which then is going to lower that initial net payout to the seller. So they get their one-time payout, and then they're done. Then Opendoor gets the opportunity to sell on the open market, benefiting from that higher sales price and taking any possible proceeds that could have been passed on to the seller, or if they would have put it on the open market. So that's number one.
So they're basically home flippers, just like this. So these home flippers are making 32% profits.
They could, and with what we're seeing with their offers being more conservative, which would make sense because obviously they have to recoup some of their losses and they need to buy right in the marketplace and take the risk assessment in place based on their initial cash offer to say, hey, let's make it to where we're probably statistically at this point not going to lose.
Right.
And then so yes, they're a very high level, high producing, high transaction flipper. They're the largest flipper in America right now.
So Opendoor makes they make two different types of profit centers. They make what they call their service fee, right? And what is it, 5%?
Yeah.
That's what I see.
On average.
And then they make their spread. They call it the spread, right? So their spreads are really large right now because they've got
What they buy it for versus what they resell it for.
Their spreads were really low back in the good market, and people were going like, "Yeah, I'll sell it to Opendoor for that." That's crazy, It's like, and their spreads were even negative. They were in the negatives, and they were to me they were buying consumers, right?
They were buying market share.
Buying market share.
When I saw what they were going to pay for my house, I was like, I don't want to move, but I'm tempted to take it.
I know, right?
Like, I don't even know if I could get that on the open market at one point in time.
They
But
created
anyway,
a ton of transactions with that temptation.
So they're creating their brand, right? And a lot of people think, oh, this is great. I get to sell my house for top dollar, and Opendoor lost $100,000 selling it, and a great brand. I'm gonna go back to them, right? But they have to profit someday, right? So
yeah, Wall Street eventually will smack your hand eventually.
And I think that someday is now.
Yeah.
I think that they're making a push towards profitability, and that's why we're seeing the really large spreads. So let's then compare it to the Cash Plus.
So on the Cash Plus, even in either of these circumstances, circumstance number one could be, yes, maybe your payout is a little less upfront than what that initial payout is going to be with Opendoor. But then
very less, because sometimes we go up against
Same or
Opendoor,
more.
and a lot of times they're almost the same.
Yep. Even if that's the case, which that could be the scenario, whatever the seller holdback is, right, the portion of their equity that's just held back until that property's resold, that's on the line for them. Plus any possible upside if the property is resold for more, which they'll never get that benefit with the Opendoor offer, of course. Then they're going to make way more. I mean, sometimes we're talking anywhere between 10 to 20% more after that final resale is done on the open market, which in they don't have to deal with any of that process. So that's a massive benefit to the consumer, and they get all the benefits of the property sale in the open market. But then what we're seeing, to Jay's point, is our initial net payout to the seller on the Cash Plus deals are really tipping right on the iceberg of what that initial payout is on the Opendoor offer with no benefit of the open market. So a lot of times we can be right around where they're at, have the exact same value proposition, getting that guaranteed initial payout, getting you to your next move, streamlining that process, and then not having to deal with anything on the open market. You have a trusted advisor, a trusted agent who you had that initial conversation with, who's now going to have your back, sell that property on the open market to ensure it sells for the highest price possible. And you just get to sit back, live your life in your new place, do your thing, and wait for that second check.
Yeah.
The
I love
second
it.
check.
So
I love
I do too. So
the power of the second check, baby.
yeah.
Yes.
Ooh, second
Does
payout.
Opendoor
I
have
use that
one-
because a
not
lot of
one
us,
payout, but two.
Opendoor
lot
doesn't
of
have a
two.
second check.
a lot
Give
of
me
the
two payouts.
a lot of the members I talk with, they always just say, they use the word check. So I think it's kind of cool, but a lot of people resonate with that. So that's why I threw it out there.
So for everybody listening, homeowners, agents, everybody out there listening, the most simplistic approach, Opendoor buys the house, improves the property, they resell it.
Maybe.
Maybe they improve.
Well,
Sometimes they don't.
let's say that there's
And some of the
Sometimes.
improvements are, not very good.
you guys,
Okay,
you guys are messing up my simplify.
Let's let him finish.
Yeah.
Come on.
You guys are messing up my
Come on.
simplify.
All right, simplify it.
Buys the property, improves the property, resells it, makes all of the profit. Cash Plus, buy the property, improve the property, resell it. Previous homeowner makes all of the profit.
That's
it's
right.
so beautiful.
That's right.
Night and day difference.
Opendoor is a margin-based or iBuyer or cash buyer, right? And Zoodealio is a fee-based cash buyer. Difference, right?
Yep.
Big difference.
Small fee, big margins. You want to pay a small fee to Zoodealio, or you want to pay big margins to Opendoor?
Again, even if you got a $10,000-$15,000 initial payout, you're still giving up you're giving up the future.
Lower.
Yep.
So that's a lot of times you got to have those conversations with the homeowners.
We're trying to protect the equity of the United States homeowners. That's what we're doing here at Zoodealio.
I like it too. Hey, thanks so much for tuning in. We appreciate you. If you've enjoyed this content, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that bell so you're notified of new episodes.
Ding, ding.